David Sutter from Wyopreps.com here, and our Athlete of the Year awards here at Wyopreps.com are presented by our great friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Wyoming in partnership with Wild Gear. It's the first year we're ever doing these, and we're starting to wind some things down. But I want to say congratulations to our girls Athlete of the Year for 2023-24. That is Taya McClennen. This is yours. I'll explain this in a little
Oh,
bit, but congratulations
thank
to
you.
you. How does it feel to be our Athlete of the Year in girls soccer?
I think it feels really good. I mean, I feel like for a while, I've been playing soccer for all my life, and so to finally be recognized for that, and even though we didn't win states, I think to still be recognized as a really good player on and off the field is a really big accomplishment for me.
Well, congrats to you. You put in some work, and you had a little bit of help because you got a couple really good teammates, and then a few other girls that made this a really difficult choice. So I'm not going to say it was an easy decision by far, but how would you kind of describe or summarize how you felt you played your senior season, Taya?
I think so. I don't know if you know this, but I came off a knee injury from winter from playing indoor soccer, and so I wasn't able to play the first couple games, and I was unsure how much of the season I was going to get to play. But I was able to come back, and I then suffered some more injuries just from coming back so quick. And so I feel like for us to have such a good season and to watch us grow as a team for my senior year, I mean, we were 16 1-1 this year, which I think is one of the best records our team has had. Was just amazing, and to see our group of girls, I think working together, playing together, and just really enjoying the season was really great. For me, it was also a super great season individually. Just I think my leadership role and how I played with the team, and obviously, I mean, I scored a bunch of goals and stuff like that. But just really connecting with the team and having a great senior year is how I wanted to end my high school career.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, coming out the injury was difficult, and I did have a little background on that. But for you to kind of transition into a little bit of a different role this year than maybe what you've been counting on the previous couple, how was that adjustment for you?
I think for me, I think it was a good adjustment just to learn that I can still be a very valuable player when I'm not, maybe I wasn't like Ruby Holscher was, scoring a bunch and Melissa Morion was scoring a bunch this year. And so knowing that I think this was the first year that I had more assists and goals. And I think it was actually a crucial learning point for me to realize that I can still be a very crucial player even when I'm not scoring goals. And I also think it was just great for me to see everybody else on our team and kind of the future of girls soccer, looking at Ruby, who's still a freshman coming up, and she was amazing this year, and seeing a bunch of other freshmen as well kind of step into places. And so I think, yes, it was definitely hard for me at some points to, not be the one scoring goals. But I think at the end of the season, I really learned, obviously I scored a bunch towards the end, and just knowing that I can be a playmaker and that's also my role on the field and be part of a team that's just succeeding was really good for me. Just some of those games when I was watching on the side of the field, it was just amazing to see what our team was doing and how they could have progressed. And so I think it was, yes, it was different, but I think it was really good overall.
To kind of back up what we're talking about here, folks that are watching this video, Taya still had 15 goals and 16 assists. That's still really, really good considering you did miss some time. But what was interesting was the type of goals and assists you had. I went back and kind of calculated some of the top players. You had one of the best percentages. I think 60% of your goals were against teams that were either 500 or above or at the state tournament, and over 56% of your assists came in those same type of games. So that kind of pushed you over the top, in our opinion. For you, talk a little bit about where your love of soccer comes from, and just what kind of drew you to the sport and what it's meant to you to be a four-time all-state player at the same time.
Yeah, so both of my parents played collegiate soccer, D3 soccer, and I'm actually going to the same school my mom played for, so that's pretty awesome just to have that. But so I grew up, my older brothers played soccer, and so from a really young age, I've just remembered there's always been a soccer ball in the house, like kicking it around. Me and my brother would play 1v1s against, like, have the door in the hallway as a goal. So it's always been a part of my life. And then growing up, it's become like a very good community for me. So I talk about Ruby Holscher. And her brother actually was one of my brother's best friends growing up. And so we've been really good family friends, and that's all been made through soccer. I'd say a lot of our close family friends are also soccer families. And so it's just been a huge part of my life, not only the people, but I think when I'm on the field and when I'm just like training or stuff like that individually, it's just something that I have that's always there. And so if I'm not getting mad, I could go out and I just sometimes kick a soccer ball as hard as I can, and that can help me just kind of release anger. And so I think it's just been something that's always been there for me and as a way to create this community for me. And so I'm just super excited that I'm getting to continue to do that, and it'll help me create even more of a community in my life.
Obviously, I don't want to dredge up some tough memories, but you fell a little bit short probably of the ultimate team goal this year. How would you kind of
Mhm.
describe, and you've alluded to it a little bit, just how the season went for the Jackson girls overall?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was obviously, I think this was our best season. And I think we just put up a very strong fight. I think, you know, you probably know we also lost last year in states, but this year I think it was, we were just such a good team. And I think the final game, I mean, the goals that got scored against us were not the best of goals. You know, it was a free kick, a PK, and then an own goal. And so I think for us, we were all, I mean, I think all of us were in tears after the game. But on the bus ride home, we were all singing together and kind of just like remembering like this was actually a really good season for us, even if we didn't win. Ultimately, we some great, I think, just development and as a team, I think it was amazing to see how much better we got over the season. We kind of, I was talking to my dad about this, how it seemed we were peaking at the right times and we were kind of on this uphill slope. Just, I think, seeing our team get together and how much we were, I think our like cohesiveness as a group on and off the field was really great this year. Even with the freshmen on our team, and like they were hanging out with the seniors and all this stuff that just I think is a great way, and it makes me really excited to come back and watch Jacksonville high school soccer again in like the next couple of years just to see how it's progressing.
Well, congratulations to you on our Athlete of the Year honor. This is yours. It's not your typical
Okay.
award that sits on a shelf or anything. You can use
Mm-hmm.
this. It's a great water
Yes.
bottle donated by our friends at Wild Gear. One of the cool things is it has a magnetic cap, so if you put it in the right spot, not going to lose it. It is
Uh-huh.
laser engraved, so it's not going to wash off easily after a couple
Mm-hmm.
of uses or anything. But we will get this to you. But I want to say
Sweet.
congratulations on a great career and a great season again. I know a little ups and downs, but 4 times All State in a career is not too bad. But
Yeah.
congrats on being our Athlete of the Year, and thanks for taking a few minutes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.